Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube, or hello and welcome if you are brand new here. My name is Chloe Swift. I'm a professional hairstylist and hair care expert, and in today's video I thought I would show you how to apply heated rollers. This is something I've actually not used myself in quite a long time. It's something that when you're a hairstylist in the salon, like, you have to train on it. You need to know how to apply them, and I guess just so many different tools have come out now on the market. Like, we've got the hot brushes, we have curling wands and tongs. Heated rollers is something that I've kind of neglected over the last few years. However, Remington have literally just sent me the brand new, I think they're brand new, the Proluxe heated rollers. So not only am I going to be showing you how to apply them and how to use them, but we can also review this at the same time. So let's get into it. Okay, we'll start off by just unboxing the heated rollers. And already, I mean, I am loving the appearance of these. This is actually something I think you'd be quite happy just to like leave on your dressing room side, because they do look really nice. See, I'm used to the heated rollers. I'll try and insert a picture if I can find it, but heated rollers I used to use in the salon, they were in like this big black case. It had this plastic cover over the front, so you had to lift up the plastic cover. And with a lot of the heated rollers that I used to use, they all came in different sizes, which is good that you've got different sizes to use if you're doing someone else's hair. But say for your hair, really you kind of just want the same size heated roller throughout, because the size on the heated roller is going to depend on then what curl result you get. So the smaller the heated roller and more narrow, you're going to get a tighter, more defined curl, and the larger the heated roller, you're not going to get as much curl, but you get more body and more flick to the hair. So yeah, just by going off first impressions, I reckon all of these are the same. I mean, they're the same size. Let me open the top and we shall find out. Okay, so we open the lid like this, and all of these that are the slightly darker pink, these are all the same size, which is super handy. So yeah, we have majority, we have these ones, we have got 2, 4, 6. Okay, we've got 12 of these, and then just slightly smaller size, we have these ones in the lighter baby pink. So of those, we've got 8 of those, I believe. So first thing you're going to want to do is plug in your heated rollers to heat up, and then let me just get it going first of all. I'm not sure how long these take to heat up, but I will read the instructions and we'll find out. Okay, so they're plugged in, they're heating up because that little light's come on, and they are ever so slightly making like a little buzzing sound. Oh, I can almost feel already they're getting warm. But yeah, there is no button or anything to press on here, so it's literally just a case of you make sure it's on at the plug, and then they'll start heating up. So the instructions say the indicator light will glow once plugged in, indicating that the rollers are on. The appliance will begin to heat up as soon as the power supply is switched on. The lid should remain closed until the rollers are ready to use. Rollers will be ready in approximately 90 seconds. That's super quick. Or allow 3 to 5 minutes for best results. So let's wait a good 5 minutes. Alexa, set a timer for 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Starting now.
So that's probably the biggest difference I'm gonna see compared to like the ones that I'd used years ago in the salon. We would honestly have them plugged in and heating up for about 20 minutes before we use them. I'm just hoping the technology and everything about these heated rollers is going to be better compared to the ones I was using years ago. And then it says, yeah, when you feel your setters or are ready, open the lid for 1 minute and begin to use. In terms of hair prep, I washed my hair yesterday and then it naturally dried quite wavy. So I've just ran through it beforehand with the Dyson Airwrap with just the smoothing brush attachment, just super quick, just to like smooth out my hair a bit and pull out some of that natural wave. Because yeah, you're not really with the heated rollers gonna get much smoothing benefit. So if your hair is also naturally curly or wavy, I would definitely recommend kind of blow drying it out smooth to start with. Or you would probably, like me, be using heated rollers on day 2 hair anyway. Just give it some sort of smoothing out, because essentially all the heated rollers are doing, they're going to set that nice curl shape in your hair, but there's no teeth on the heated rollers or anything like that. They're not going to be able to smooth your hair out of any kinks or anything like that. And then the only product that I'm going to use before I do my heated rollers is the Living Proof Flex hairspray, because this contains heat protection, and also I just want something that's going to give the hair a bit of hold because we're adding some shape in. So this one's almost empty. I've literally got a second one on the go. This is one of my all-time favorites. I'm going to link it below because honestly you guys are gonna love this hairspray and heat protection. I'm just gonna leave out my fringe because I have already blow dried that pretty much where I want it with the Dyson Airwrap, and these heated rollers are gonna be too small for this fringe. I don't literally want a fringe that's got like a super tight curl in it, so I'm leaving the fringe as it is. What I would definitely recommend is getting yourself a tail comb, so a comb with just a little tail on the end like this. This is crucial because you want to be taking your sections, and we are actually going to start from the top and work down. That's how I was always taught to use your heated rollers, and almost if you're doing it that way, it kind of benefits in a couple ways because the top is then sat in that heated roller for longer to cool and set, so it kind of gives you a styling benefit there because a lot of people just really want that shape focused around the front and on the top. And also it just helps you with your sectioning slightly, because if we started bottom and worked up, you're kind of just going to have to take the sections, clip them up, whereas you almost just don't really need to do that if you start from the top and work down. But yeah, you just want to be taking your sections as we go with the tail comb. First section, we are going to start right in the middle at the top. So just using my comb to almost draw like a little box shape in a way. So I'd say probably the perfect size section. Actually, let me make it a little bit less thick. One of the most important things with your heated roller is you just want to make sure your section size is never wider than the actual heated roller itself, because then it will just be spilling over the edges. I'm just going to take my Living Proof hairspray, spray that section, make sure the hair is nice and neat with no tangles. Take your clip off of the roller. It's definitely not too hot. It's not too hot that you're going to burn yourself. I always start right at the very end. I kind of like to wrap the very end around myself, make sure there's no fish hook, so where the end is kind of like kinking back on itself, and you literally just want to wiggle that down. So a really good tip I was always taught is like wiggle it left and right, and then that keeps it in so secure. And then you want to take your clip and we are literally gonna boop, just pop that on top, and look how secure that is. That is not going anywhere. Next sections, we would usually kind of go, sometimes you could literally go all the way down here and almost start having a Mohican, but I'm actually just going to take my next sections as these front ones because I just think you guys also recreating this at home, I think you'll just want to get the front pieces just out of the way and already set in. So I'm literally just going to take from where that top one is, slide down so it's kind of the same width as that first roller, and then I'm going to have one side one and then another side one, so almost just the whole front section, like that halo section, is then going to be in and done. The roller behind the hair, so I kind of go in slightly towards the ends, like mid ends. I wrap it around once, glide it all the way to the end, and then you are literally just using your fingers just to keep that nice and smooth, and all the hair just super smooth. And I'm still kind of just doing a slight wiggle back forward, so it's in nice and neat and secure. And to get the clip to stay in the best, you always just want to really hook it underneath there and clip it down at the front of the curl. I mean, you can actually see how this top one is spilling over the edges now. So the top one on my head definitely was slightly too wide. I'm not too worried about it. Let me just try and neaten it back up again. I think ideally I just need slightly bigger rollers for my length there, and just like, I guess, how much hair you've got. Also, it does actually really affect it how big your head is, like the shape of your head. But yeah, I could definitely do some bigger rollers, I think. But I know we're going to get quite nice tight curls with this size roller. So yeah, if you are slightly overspilling, you can just kind of re-neaten it back up again. Next section is the exact same. It's kind of like everything in front of the ear. So pop it in, kind of middle to end. Yeah, I actually wrap the hair around once, so I know it's got that one full wrap around. And then when it's got one full wrap around, you know it's pretty much just locked in, and all you then need to do is focus on winding it down to the head. And then clip in. Next section you want to take is literally directly behind this first top one. So then this is just a nice little square or kind of like rectangle section. Yeah, right on the top of the head. And this is, I guess, where these top ones are where you really need your muscle power. This is why we need to do our arm weights, ladies, because honestly it makes doing your hairstyling much easier. So just wrap it around once at the end. That's another thing actually that I didn't mention. That's why the tail comb is really good. Say just for tucking in that little end, and literally just use your tail comb to really tuck that in and bend that round if you need to. And then I actually think what's going to be easiest for us, we almost, just want to replicate that again. So from where this top one is, this second top one, we're literally taking the comb, drawing a line backwards, and then we're going to have sections directly behind these two again. So almost just repeating a halo pattern. Easier said than done, but try and hold it on the edges there. I think you don't feel they're super hot on the first one, but I think after kind of the repetitiveness of doing a few, you will start to feel, my fingers do actually feel a bit hot. But also I think there's nothing to stop you doing this just with those little heat protective gloves on as well if you really wanted to. I will link some down below, literally just on Amazon, that you could buy if you do want to completely avoid your fingers feeling hot at all. Now we're at this point, we have 1, 2 on the top, 1, 2 on the sides, 1, 2 on the sides, following that same pattern. And now, arguably, that's the hardest bit. We actually don't have too much hair if I just spin around there. So we definitely want to do a back one here for sure to get a nice bit of curl and volume in the back here. So I'll do that one next. And then let's see what we're left with. I think we've definitely got the volume and the bounce here now, so that back one is super important. But just for ease, I would actually now take the hair that's left, split that into 2, and then I would split that into 2 horizontally. So then we'll have one here, one here, one here, one here. And then we can just do those nice and easily, more so round from the front. I actually wouldn't personally, if it's my hair and I'm just doing my own hair, I'm not going to bother really reach around the back again. If you really wanted to, I mean, you could do one more there, but then I feel like, does that leave that just a little bit? If I were just to do one there, then I would pull it round and just do one. But arguably I want to put in 4, so we've got more curl definition. So I'm going to split that in 2, so we're going to have 4 more rollers. Have I got enough? Yes, I do. I've actually used less rollers than what I thought, and I've only managed to use the bigger ones, which is good because ideally I didn't want to use the even smaller ones because, as I said, you're just going to get a different curl result then throughout the hair. Just 1 each, so super easy. Done. Let me have a look at what that actually looks like at the back. I think we've done good. We've got 1 roller left in the bigger size. So actually what we could have done, if I were doing this again, now that I kind of know how many rollers it takes doing that sectioning pattern, what I would do is maybe take all of these top ones in that kind of mohicum, take those a little bit smaller, so then I could actually fit in 1 more, like there, and then it would stop this one also being as full. Lesson learned for next time. But actually I think the amount in there, those 12 rollers, are actually quite good for doing a full head. Bearing in mind if you don't have like a ridiculous amount of hair. If you guys have got a ridiculous amount of hair, you'll probably need more. So now the thing is with our heated rollers, you literally do just need to let them completely cool down before you take them out. As you can see, they're super secure in the hair. I probably will just do a little bit of spray. Don't go too crazy on the spray because I guess you don't want to get your clips too like sticky or anything. That's why I do love this Living Pre-Care Spray because it isn't heavy or tacky or anything like that. Just a little bit of spray as an optional extra. I'm probably going to leave these in for a good 20 minutes so they fully cool. I can still feel they are warm in the head. I'll set a time for 20 minutes. Then I'll still feel these bottom ones if they're fully cool before taking them out. I'll be back then, guys. guys, we are a good 30 minutes later, as you can probably tell, because it's starting to go dark now. But yeah, I had something to eat and it's definitely cool now. I'm going to start taking them out from bottom, working upwards, because that's just the neatest and best way to do it now, just because they're all fully cool. It wouldn't really make much difference starting to take them out from the top. If we take them out from the top first, it's just going to be a little bit messy, because then all the hair's lying on top of these that are already in. So I'll start bottom up. I'm really excited to see what these are going to come out like. Oh my god, look how perfect that curl is. They're actually just so easy to take out as well, guys. They are just velvet rollers. There's nothing about the actual roller that like actually attaches onto the hair. It's literally just like the clips keeping them in place. Look at that one. Look how bouncy. I'm going to go in with a touch of light oil just to run my fingers through my hair as I usually would with kind of styles like this. That's the Kerastars Gloss Absolute Glaze Drop, super lightweight oil. Run it in like a hand cream. Oh my god, it's literally giving Sabrina Carpenter. But I can feel the volume as well coming from the roots. Guys, I am so impressed with those, and just how my hair is still got that really nice kind of lightweight glossy finish. It's literally giving you, I guess, the perfect amount of bouncy curl shape. So I guess just because we'd made sure it was like blow dried smooth to start with, it's still got that really nice glossy shine. Wow, I really love it. I think the only thing I would probably add is just a little bit of texturizing spray, just to almost like separate the hair a little bit. We'll stick on Living Proof. We'll go in with the full dry volume and texturizing spray. I'm so impressed with that. I'm much more pleasantly surprised than what I thought I was going to be. I kind of didn't really know what to expect. I mean, look at those results. I don't think anyone would kind of dislike these results. The one thing I would say, I kind of always talk about these bits on my hair, just because a lot of us, that's like the longest part of your hair. So almost on those bottom sections, I actually think you could afford to, if you want that really more bouncy curl we've got up here, if you want that down there on those underneath sections, then use one of the smaller rollers. But then I almost don't mind it being looser under there, because then it keeps more of your hair length. But yeah, that's probably the only comment I'd make about it. I just think, yeah, the shine is really lovely. It's got a perfect amount of curl and bounce, and it's not too much, because sometimes my hair can go too curly. I just had to Google the price of these, by the way, because I had absolutely no idea how much they were. So they retail at about £60, $59.99. There's so many offers on at the moment. They're literally currently on Amazon. You can get them for $34.99. That's just crazy. I just think that would actually be an amazing Christmas present for someone, especially someone younger, I think, because the heat is like really not extreme at all for the hair. It's more just like a safer, more comfortable heat to use. So I'm going to link them down below, guys. I really recommend them. I think they're a great alternative if you just fancy switching up and you're kind of just fancying something that you can leave in your hair whilst you do your makeup, whilst you kind of get dressed. And I think when you've got the technique down and you know the sections that you're putting in, then it really doesn't take too long at all. But yeah, it'll be a little bit, definitely follow this video as you're applying them in, so you know kind of the sections and where to take them. But the more and more you do it, of course, you'll just be super experienced and you'll just be able to pop them in just like super quickly. And as usual, I'd love to hear what you guys think, so please leave your comments down below. If you like this video, if you learned anything new, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up, and make sure you subscribe, because I bring you videos like this every single week. And if you do subscribe, I'll be seeing you next week for another one of my videos. Bye guys.